Oh, how small dick, you liked my cock.
As I drag the devil down, I will stand alone, no longer defeated.
Hey guys, I saw Brandon's video like about 3 days ago, but I've been really busy with school and work, and so I finally had the time to sit down and kind of address it. There were multiple things in that video that I never said, and I never even did. And so I'm getting ready to call Brandon on Skype to see if he'll pick up, because a lot of the times he's in his room playing on the PS4. So hopefully he has his computer on and his Skype goes off, and we'll see if he picks up, because I just want to let him know some of the stuff that he thinks that I said I never said, and I don't want him to think that I would be that kind of person to him. So I'm going to screen cap, he doesn't know, and I'm going to post it along with this video, so hopefully he doesn't get pissed off, because I just want you guys to see nothing but the truth. I've got nothing to hide. So let's just jump right into it. Hello.
What's up?
What's going on?
Too much. Just doing some homework.
Yeah, well, I'll try to be as quick as I can. I just wanted to talk to you on Skype because I want to talk to you like face to face, but I didn't want to just come to your house randomly and just be like, hey, can we talk? Because I didn't want you to make you feel like you have to. And so I felt like this was more of a way to where you knew you didn't have to if you didn't want to, because you could just hang up or whatever. But I just called because I saw your video, and I just wanted to talk about like the stuff you said in there, because a lot of the stuff that you think is true isn't even true. And I know like one of the things that you said in there is that like I made fun of like you on the camera, which isn't at all true, because I never made fun of you at all. I made a joke one time when I was talking to Seth and a group of other people. It was probably Austin, Orlando, and I said that in one of the episodes of Origins, which was either season 1, episode 4 or 6, where it was really cold, and then you were like standing there, you were like shivering, you're like, and I made a joke about that because it was funny, and that's when you had a cold and you still came out to film with us. And so I was just giving you a hard time trying to joke around with you, because I wanted to diss you, especially when you came outside the day you had a cold to go into the freezing cold, because you were dedicated to helping us with the main series at the time. And so I don't really get why you thought like I was trying to diss on you, because there were other people that would come up to me and talk about like they didn't like the way you did the camera, they thought you were shaky, and told me I should get a better cameraman, but yet I didn't. And I told them that it didn't matter to me because we were doing it for fun, we were doing it as something on our free time, and we were basically a group, and I wasn't going to turn my back on my group because in quotes of other people that they weren't good at what they did, because I wouldn't want any other camera person. And that's why I continue to keep you with us, is because I enjoyed the group. It wasn't a matter of the content being stupendously good. We were just doing it all for fun. And that's why I don't understand why you thought I was dissing on you.
That's because Seth told me. He would tell me that you would tell people that I shake my hands all the time. You walk up to me and be like, hey, Brandon, are you aware that Jordan is making fun of you? I'm like, really? Why? I don't know, man. He's just telling people you shake the camera a lot.
See, now that's just a load of bullshit. And that irritates me. I don't know if he's still mad about the whole logo thing that we used to have with the dragon and the shield. Like, I have it hung up right here. If he's still mad about that, and that's why he's like all still pissy, I don't know. I don't know what his problem is, but you should know by now that he's a liar, and most of the stuff that he says is just all bullshit coming out of his mouth. Like, just like when he tried to steal your video games and he wasn't going to give them back. Like when he said for the party he was going to bring over soda. Came over, said his mom was going to bring it later. We never got any soda. There's been multiple times where like he says he's coming outside back then. Never came outside. There'd be times where he says he has something and then we find out he didn't. There'd be times that he says he did something and then we find out that he didn't. There's been many times where Seth has lied throughout this entire thing. And that's why I don't understand why you would believe him and not try to talk to me, especially when I've never lied. Like, I've not lied about anything major at all. Not even one time. I was very truthful, very down to earth, and real with everything.
Well, in all honesty, between the two of you, you're honestly really my only friends. So I guess that's really one of the biggest reasons why I believed them. Because it was really just the only persons I had were you and him.
Well, so why would you believe him over
I
me?
believed them because you said it yourself. You made fun of me about shaking my camera jokingly, but I didn't necessarily take it that way. So when you told me that you were telling other people, I took it as a diss.
See, that's not the way it was supposed to be taken, because it wasn't a diss. It was cold outside that day, and that's why you were shaking. It's not because I thought you were bad at the camera. I was telling you that other people said that you weren't good at doing the camera and saying I should get rid of you. But that's why I didn't, because it didn't matter to me. So I want to go around dissing someone that supported the group and even throw them out there like that, or even end up putting the risk of tearing the group apart. Because the group was mainly firm and loyal to each other, and we were basically this circle of friends that did everything, created things together, and we were literally like a little miniature like creating team. We came out with so much, did so much together, and now we can look back on that. But now when we're looking towards the future, we don't have that anymore, and it's because of this perception that for some reason people have been trying to give me.
Then what about in your video, your 100 subscriber special? You mentioned everybody except me.
Wait,
Why was that?
with the 100 subscriber special video, there's been someone that asked me this before. Each person that I have said, or they said their name in the video, I have gone back to them and I asked them before I created it and said their name, hey, is it okay if I put your name in this video? Because I didn't want anybody having any trouble or end up trying to take down the video, especially when it was a special video to me, very first, milestone that we hit together. And so that's when I went through and I asked Seth, I asked Nathan, I asked everyone. And then that's the day me and you were hanging out when you still lived in Remington. And we were playing Smash Bros. For the Wii. Because Wii U one didn't come out yet. And we were playing and you were trolling me. And then while you were trolling me up on the little block stage that you created where I couldn't get up there because of my character, I was sitting there and I was like, hey, I'm going to be making a 100 subscriber special soon. Do you want to be in the video? Do you want to be, do you want me to say your name in the video? And you were just laughing and then saying that it didn't matter to you. And so I thought that was you trying to tell me nicely that maybe you didn't want to be in there, because I felt like when I asked you if you want to be in there, if you would have said yes, then I would have put you in there. But with you saying it doesn't matter to me, it sounds like you said that like basically you were trying to say it in a nice way that you didn't want to be, or you really just didn't care if you were. And so I thought maybe you didn't want to be like one of those people that kind of gloat about like their accomplishments, and I didn't know if you didn't want people to perceive you that way as like some like cocky like prick or something. And so I went ahead and I didn't put you in the video because you said it didn't matter to you, and I just thought that maybe you didn't want to be listed for the reason that I just said. I'm just repeating it because I just want you to know that it wasn't an intentional thing for me to try and set out to diss you in that way, because I wouldn't diss people from my own group. I've never dissed any people from my own group except Seth. And that's from the old videos that we made when we used to joke with Seth.
So if all that's not true, then why would Seth even say stuff like that?
I don't know. Seth is probably just upset that back then when we worked together, we were basically the duo with the channel. You made videos like the gaming content, and then I made videos, and then we were all three responsible for the series Origins. And so maybe he felt like he wasn't like as valued or something. Maybe subliminally he took it as a diss that he wasn't in the logo picture that we used to have. I don't know. Maybe he's still upset about that, but I literally did everything I could for Seth to show him that I was 100% there for him and loyal to him, whether it be in videos, out of videos, or just us down to earth being friends kind of thing. And so that's why on the day that we all hung out on his last day here in Missouri, that's why I created the vlog, the tribute to Seth Olsen video. And I spent that entire day that we could have been spending off camera to document that for us to go back and watch, to see that here's where we started from and this is where it's ending video wise. Like when it ended video wise, I didn't think it was going to end permanently. And that's what really discouraged me, is because I felt then maybe you guys were only hanging out with me because of the stuff we created. Maybe you guys were only hanging out with me because I was a YouTuber, on quotes, because that's what people consider me. Maybe you're only hanging out with me so you could get attention and views for your own stuff or your own projects. I don't know. And when it came to an end, once that came to an end, I felt like, okay, this whole time, were they using me because of what I had and like ideas that I had or these visions that I had, or were they actually truly my friends throughout this entire time? And that was something that concerned me a lot. And I just don't understand if that was the reason, or if you guys just don't like me anymore. If you guys think I diss you, I don't understand.
In all honesty, I didn't know what to think during the time. It's like I didn't want to believe him, but seeing the stuff he said to me before, it just, that idea always was in the back of my mind. And I don't know, and then Seth moved away. Then it was just me and you, but things kind of just got stained. Then we just kind of eventually moved apart.
And it didn't have to go that way. That's what I don't understand, is like same thing when I work with Tim Sidey Productions. When I created the Odd Show, and then Drew took all the credit for it, started filming it on his own, and then when me and Adam were like, hey, we need to be doing this channel together, like this is a group channel, that's when he flipped out, quit the group. It made me look like I was some asshole trying to be like controlling or whatever. And then nothing was said about Adam, though. That's what I don't get. So it makes me wonder sometimes, like, is it me? Like, is it the way that I am or I come across? Or am I just hard to work with? Am I hard to be friends with? And I don't understand, because I feel like I'm always open to talk about anything, do anything. You know, I'm not the easily offended kind of pussy out there, as most people are. And so I feel like maybe it's because I have, like, not a huge filter sometimes. I don't know if that's the issue. And I just don't know if it's something to do with me that no one's telling me. And I always try to reach out to everyone, and then it's like nobody ever reaches out back, whether it be like our old group or Tim Study Productions, but none of them. And so it makes me feel like maybe it's me that's the problem.
In all honesty, I don't think you're necessarily the problem. I mean, if anybody's to blame, it could be Seth. If he hadn't spread those lies, I feel like we honestly still could have been friends.
What if he didn't want us to carry on like what we used to do? You know what I mean?
But why? Why would he want us to do that?
I don't know. What if it was like he was upset that he couldn't film anymore? And maybe he didn't want people like forget about him? I don't really know why. Unless he just doesn't have enough entertainment in his life and he had to try and create a drama scene for us, or I don't know. Because a lot of stuff he does doesn't make sense. Like, if I honestly wanted to stop making videos with you guys, I would have. There was an opportunity in time that I told you guys even a while back. I believe it was in 2015 when we featured Dino on like one of the episodes of Origins. That day, he said he really liked it, had a lot of fun. About 3 days later, he called me and was offering for me and him to create a YouTube channel together called The Impatient Cops. And we were going to do skits and get other people to feature on there. And with the connections he had, we could have instantly got 100 subscribers because of all the people he knows. Back then, too, he was considered one of the funniest people in our school. I had the opportunity to work with one of the funniest people in our school and create a YouTube channel with him when he already has this audience from school. I had this audience from a YouTube channel. Together, we could have just went up pretty quick. And I could have went off and started this YouTube channel with him, completely said, okay, screw Tim Sidey. I'm going to go ahead and do this channel, focus on this channel, and Tim Sidey is just going to be a side channel. And I could have dropped you guys. And I didn't, because you guys were my main friends. You guys were my group, and I wanted to turn my back on my group, and I still haven't turned my back on this group to this day. I haven't talked shit on any of you. The only time I ever say anything about Seth is after he started lying, and I just call Seth a liar and call him out because that's exactly what he is and what he has been. He's been seen and proven lying so many times. But yet, that's why I don't understand why then, like you said, you believed him, and then we got other people thinking that, like, with him lying, some of his lies were true even back then, and he's always been, like salty almost over, like, what we had. I don't know if he just doesn't want that to happen. I don't get it, to be honest, but he's never been proven as a trustworthy person, even back when we were all filming videos together.
You ever feel like Seth did what he did because of what we did to him? I mean, think about it. When we all hanged out as a group, who was the punching bag? Who was that one person we always pointed to? Who was that one person we would make fun of just to get a laugh out? It would be Seth.
Yeah.
Do you think he didn't necessarily like that? Do you think, was he mad? Did he really not like that to the point where he would spread lies? Do you feel like deep down he was offended that we would make fun of him so often?
It could be. I think that. I mean, we dissed him, or like dissed more say. We dissed him a lot back with like the Set the Pedophile series. I mean, but we always just jokingly joked around with each other, and that's why I let you guys do a video without me one time, and then had you guys upload it, which was Jordan Can't Hit Puberty. So I thought we were all taking a joke at it, because that's why with Seth, like I said, you guys make a video about me to show you guys, like, hey, it's just, we're just messing around. It's nothing like I'm actually trying to diss you guys, or, you were actually trying to diss me or whatever. And so I don't know if that's what his issue was. Maybe it made him feel like he was less than us. I don't know. I thought he knew we were taking it as a joke, especially with letting him create Jordan Can't Hit Puberty when he knows, like, my voice is high and all that stuff, and that's actually true, rather than me saying Seth's a pedophile. Like, that's not even a realistic or true fact, but me having a high-pitched voice is. So he actually took a personal shot in that video, and I wasn't offended. So I don't know if he's offended when we didn't even take personal shots, such as calling him tall bitch. That's not a personal shot. He is tall. He's the bitch. And we also got Set the Pedophile, where we called him a pedophile as a joke. So I don't know why he'd be upset about that when he took personal shots at me, and I took no personal shots at him at all in the videos. If anything, I should be the one upset then, saying that he's making fun of something I can't help, which is my voice. And then saying that it sounds like I can't even hit puberty, that I can't even drop my own balls.
Yeah. Seth's always been kind of an ass. It's weird though. Even though, like, after all the stuff we did, we still considered him a friend.
We still had his back. No matter what it was. Just like I said before, when he tried to steal your video games, and then he wasn't going to give them back, and we literally had to go over there with your dad to get your games back, and we were still friends with them. And I think after that, even your mom bought him those Nike sandals. So it's not like we were treated him like complete shit. Like, your parents straight up bought him like Nike sandals just to be nice. He'd come over and they cook him food. You'd give him like Pepsi, like we always used to have. We'd always do a lot for him. He'd come over, he'd spend the night, he'd eat there, eat breakfast there, leave around lunch. I mean, we always did things for him, so I don't see why he'd try to do something like this, but you never know. I mean, like, just like when he wrote his fake rap and said his rap was real when it was someone else's rap, and then when we called him out on it, he was like, yeah, I was just joking, but never said he was actually joking. He's lied about, like, so many things, and we still continued to be his friend, and then he started lying about us, and then it's like, once that happened, we were just done, and I don't know if he, like, felt good about that, got, like, a fucking hard-on his dick, I don't know, but it's just a dick move on his part for all that, and I don't understand, probably won't understand, because I try to do everything I can to show you guys that I'm loyal to the group and everything that we do. I love what we created. I love the times where we just hung out. I love the times where we had my birthday party. I like the time where we went to swing around Fun Town that one time and that coin thing just opened up. And then we took all the shit out like we weren't supposed to and started keeping it so we could play unlimited games. We had so many fun times. And it's hard and, like, upsetting to think that you would think I would throw that all away for no reason. Because I wouldn't drop you guys for anybody, not even for the funniest person in the school.
Well, I guess I kind of owe you an apology then for ignoring you for stuff that you didn't even do.
It's whatever. I get used to it after a while, and I don't want to like try and throw a pity party for myself. But it's like I feel like I get blamed for a lot of shit that I don't even do. And it was harder with the fact that thinking that you started believing people's lies out of all people. It just shocked me a lot. I mean, because you know, like back in Jefferson and stuff, when people would call everyone gay or call me gay and say all this stupid shit, make up rumors, and you'd have those people that believe. But with you, when it's like you believed it, it put me into shock because you're somebody that I thought would know the kind of things that I would do and what I wouldn't do. Just like in your video when you said we're like two peas in a pod, I figured that you would be able to tell the difference. Like if I were to say, like when I sometimes say my sister's my girlfriend, where I'd be like, that's my girlfriend, they don't know she's my sister, I'd be like, yeah, I'd have sex with my sister. Like, you know, I'm just messing around, trying to get attention from it, trying to catch people off guard so they're like, what? Are you fucked up? And kind of just get them, their attention. Like, you would know that's something I'm joking about, but there's some people that'll take that out of context and be like, oh my god, guys, Jordan has sex with his sister. And, like, whenever you started believing Seth, that's what it felt like, is he was, like, screwing with you, and then you believed it when it's something that's completely out of my type of character.
Well, I guess I really don't know what to say to that. No, honestly, I can't even remember why I did believe him. I feel like I must have been going through something. Or maybe I was just shocked that I even would say that. Just the idea maybe just shocked me. Either way, I believed it. Now that bitch is all the way up in the north.
I mean, it sucks because he's gone and everything, but it's like, I don't want that to hold us back from being able to possibly make it somewhere in the industry. And it's not like specifically saying I want to be a YouTuber or I want to be this or I want to be that. But it's like with us coming up on junior year, we have this huge possibility of like, what if we wasted all the time that we had? And now that we wasted that time when we're graduating from high school, I plan on trying to go to some type of film school. But I don't know, like, what you want to do in your future. Like, you've said stuff about film school or, like, science or something about that. But I don't want, like, to end up going off to film school and just forgetting everything I used to do. Like, it would be cool. Like, what if we made it and we were able, like, even if we went to different schools, what if we actually had some sort of, even a small sort of success and started making revenue off of the videos? And what if we were actually able to be able to create videos for a living and to be able to entertain people and have the communication with the audience that we would and what they deserve, because there's some people that don't do that because they get too busy, whatever. But to be able to have that, like to throw that, even that opportunity, that chance out the window would be foolish, because we could have a career together in what we do and what we love to do and still be able to like hang out like all the time, basically. And sure, after a while we get tired of each other. That's when we go to our separate rooms, whatever. But it's like we'd be able to have a career together, like you and your friend. Like, you don't have to worry about working with some asshole in the film industry that, like, just uses people or uses women. They're like, oh, you want this part? Suck my cock. Like, we won't have to worry about shit like that. Like, we'd be able to create whatever we want and be able to put out projects that we want on the amount of time that we want and make our own schedule and everything. And it would be such an amazing thing, and I don't want to see that opportunity just completely flop, and I don't even want to have that opportunity if you don't want to come along with me. Because with the time that I've been doing YouTube on my own, yeah, I've gained subscribers. I gained, I think it was like 25 in the past 30 days. And so we're gaining subscribers. Yeah, we're up to 263, but without you there doing it, it didn't feel as much of an accomplishment. Like, yeah, it was cool gaining subscribers, but I want to be able to go through this with you, because even say I didn't, like, if I said those things about you, which I didn't, and that's why I'm talking to you. But if I legit said those things to you, I won't even be talking to you right now. I'd be hitting up Austin because right now he has no projects going on. He doesn't do Lethal Venom anymore. He doesn't have his own separate channel. I could easily be like, hey Austin, would you want to like collaborate or even work with me? There's Kenny. He doesn't do Jada Riff anymore. He has his own separate channel now. But I could ask him to feature. I could have asked Orlando to feature. I could have asked Tommy to feature. I'm trying to think who else I could ask. Even like if I wanted Deshaun back, I could ask Deshaun to feature, and I never did. And yet I'm sitting here then asking you to come back because you would be the one person that I would want to feature, because the way we are together, like you said, the two peas in a pod thing, when we're together, we make some pretty good videos and it's really fun. Now I can make videos and sure people might think it's good, but it's not as fun for me and it's not as enjoyable for me because I'm not able to have that creativity and have you doing that with me. And so it gets kind of lonely. And I want to be able to have what we had back and be able to have our friendship back, have my best friend back, have those new memories back, and be able to do what we love together rather than doing what we love separately. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing my own thing. You've been doing like the gaming thing with your other friends. And I don't want us to end up like taking separate routes and end up, when we come back together being awkward like it was when Seth tried to call me after I published my video and he was all like, oh, like for 5 minutes only, literally about 5-7 minutes, where he was telling me that, oh, I'm such a bad friend, I'm sorry, we should talk more, and I never said anything about Brad, and I'm appalled that you would even think that. And so that's why I'm so tired of him, because all he does is lie. He says one thing to you, then says something else to me. And that can't be true because it's a contradiction. You're saying he said it, he's saying he didn't. So it's like I'm tired of there always being that drama within there. And that's why then I haven't heard from him since then, because I tried texting him, tried calling him, he didn't do anything, so now I'm finally done. I'm just going to let it go. Because there's a song from Hollywood Undead that Johnny 3-Tier says, saying that that's the meaning of a memory, that there was a better dream, a better me, or something like that. Basically saying that the memories are to look back on so you can better yourself in your future. So I think rather us looking back then and being like, yeah, that was funner back then. Like, sure, we weren't as good. We're better now, but it was funner back then, because it doesn't matter how good you are at something. It matters what you love and enjoy to do. And I'm tired of doing what I love to do, but not being able to enjoy it, because I want you to be a part of it with me, especially with the amount of subscribers that have been going up. I don't want it to end up being like, you're gone for a while and then gain all the way up to like 400 or something, and then you randomly pop back in the picture. Like, I want you to be there with me through it all, and that's why I want to talk to you, is to explain to you that I never did any of those things, and I'm tired of being perceived as this person by everyone, thinking I'm just some like asshole, when really it's like I do anything and everything I can for my friends. Like, just even with you and Seth, I still have his hard drive right here. The time we went to go get Guadva, I still have that right here. Kenny, even though he's gone, even I talked about him in that video. The keychain that we all signed before he moved, I still have. I have all 3 of the original group's possessions, something that symbolizes them. Sure, this to him, this is like nothing to someone else, but this is a lot to me. That's why it's That's why it's chained to my keys, is because wherever I go, the group goes with me. The signatures on the back go with me. I normally have my car keys on here, I just don't right now. The hard drive that Seth gave me before we moved, just because of the meaning he had behind that, when we always joked about his hard drive being shitty, and whenever we'd be playing Black Ops, if we voted standoff, it would kick him offline. And that time we went when you got your haircut and we got the Guadva, and that was so special because it made us feel so weird. We were like, what is this? And we were acting like we were drunk with it because the way it looked. Like, we had a lot of good memories, and I always try to keep something to symbolize that. And I still have all 3 of those objects that I feel mainly symbolize a certain time we had together or a certain memory. And same thing with even other people, like my grandfather that passed away and I never met him. I still have, when I went over to my grandmother's house, I got this lighting house, or whatever they call it. I can't think of it right now, but I have this because he used to love these. He used to always love the lighthouses. And so I have a whole bunch of lighthouses, things that used to be his, to try and keep his spirit living. And I feel a lot of people think of me as this horrible asshole that doesn't give a shit, when in all reality, I try to keep things here that remind me of you guys, or to have your presence somehow in the room with me wherever I go, such as this, because that was the original group. Even if we make it big one day, I'm still going to keep this because that was the original group. And I'm hoping one day, just like when we made the Sim Society reunion videos from the old days, that maybe one day we can make a real Tim Society reunion video where we actually have the original cast of Tim Society. Even if we got Nathan back, for Christ's sake. Like, Nathan was a part of it at one point in time. And it'd be cool just to have, even just, like I said, the original group back of people that even collaborated with us. And I'm just tired of trying to do it all on my own and tired of trying not to say anything. And I just want to put everything out there as much as I can because I'm tired of trying to ignore it and continue moving on when that's not something I'm wanting to do at all.
If I'm being honest, without you, I've honestly been pretty lonely. Don't really do a lot. When I did hang out with friends, it would always be like with you guys. We'd go outside. But if you guys gone, it's just me in my room. Almost the entire time.
I mean, that's sometimes the same for me. I mean, still, I try finding stuff to do all the time, like such as being able to drive. I'll go out to Culver's and McDonald's or something, get food. But I'm sitting there eating alone. Like, especially with being at this age, it sucks when you feel like you have no other friends. And like I said, like Austin has like Orlando and they're tight. Like basically that's how we are. Like you said in the video, I've said this so many times, we're like two peas in a pod. And we're sitting there eating alone. It's like I feel like this isn't the way it's supposed to be. Especially at such a young age, you know, only being 16 and like both of us not having very many friends. And it's like it's not like we only paired up because we were both like loners per se or whatever. It's because we actually became friends and became really close. And it doesn't matter to me if I have any other friends because all I need is that one true friend. And that's why I felt so upset then when you started believing Seth and you started falling for his crap. Because then I felt like I lost my one true friend. I'm like, okay, well now I literally have nobody else because I don't consider anybody else an actual like friend. Like sure they're a friend. Like if I were to say like Austin, Orlando, Kenny, any of them, they're a friend to me, yeah. But you're like my best friend. Like you're all around like the main person I talk to and want to talk to, enjoy talking to, enjoy hanging around. And it's hard to explain because it's like same thing. I feel like Austin would feel the same way. Like if he was hanging out with Orlando, it would be different than him hanging out with me just because they're closer. They have that past like experiences together and all that stuff, so they become closer and they have more of this chemistry and connection. I feel like that's how we are, especially when we're doing our stand-up improv routines, whenever we're just hanging out, and sometimes we'd end up saying the same joke at the same time, like some kind of gay couple. But it was like we had that chemistry, and now that we've been gone, I feel like when I was doing jokes and like trying to make videos, I still feel like some of the stuff I did reminded me of you because of how similar we are. And it would make me upset. And that's why when my Adobe Premiere Pro, when I got that, I wasn't even able to share that with you because at the time we weren't really talking. And I was so excited about that. And I didn't want to play characters that were just me dressed up in different costumes like I've seen other YouTubers do because it's not as fun that way. And I want to be able to make those kind of things with you because it's funner to do it with your best friend and do it with someone you enjoy to be around. Like I said, we could possibly make it our career one day in the future if we ever get to that point. And I don't want to ruin that opportunity for either of us. I don't know. I'm just rambling, but it's like, I just don't ever want you to think that I'm dissing you or throwing you out there.
Maybe we should go back to making videos again then.
I mean, because I don't want you to feel like you have to if you don't want to. It's just...
No, I enjoy it. I mean, sometimes I'm sitting here reflecting about it. Sometimes I'm wondering what could have been if we all really still did record. Even if it was just me and you.
Yeah.
How fun it would be. And if everything you're saying, and if all of it's false, then I feel like it would be nice to get back to doing that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you is it is false, and that's why I don't know if Seth was trying to tear us apart, that he was upset when he was moving, or if he was upset about previous things like we said before, but it's like, I don't know, we never knew why he lied, and I doubt we ever will. And I just don't want some lies to take over. It's almost like like how people will lie about other people, like when two people are together and then they'll lie and say like, oh, like Veronica said you had a small penis or something stupid, and the guy's like, oh, Veronica, why would you say that? I don't have a small dick. You liked my cock. And then they just start getting into a fight. Like, and I feel like that's what happened between us, is that Seth makes up these lies, and then you believe it. You stop talking to me. I'm trying to talk to you, but then you don't want to talk because you think that I took everything you've done for the channel and for me for granted. And so you don't want to talk to me because you feel betrayed, and it upsets me, and then I felt betrayed, and it just made us more distant. And I'm tired of feeling like I was betrayed. I don't want you to feel like you were betrayed, because if it came down to it, out of anyone, I'd have your back before anyone else's. And I hope you actually know that and are able to believe that. And I'm just tired of feeling like you think I don't care.
Is that your family?
Yeah. Jaden's the same way as he always is. Hey, I'm trying to talk to Brandon.
Why is this personal? Is this like a lover's quarrel or?
No, it's not like a lover's
Hi, Brandon.
quarrel.
See, he's
Hi.
not being rude. He's saying hello,
I said hello when you came in.
and everyone just wanted to listen to him. And dude, how many freaking gazillions of times have I told you to keep this the other way so the sun doesn't come in? Or I'm going to take your air conditioner away. You crying?
Mm-hmm.
Will Brandon break your heart?
No.
Brandon, are you breaking up with him?
No.
No.
Aww. What's your problem?
Nothing. Hey, I'm sorry.
Hey.
My mom needed to talk to me. Cause she was upset that I didn't take out the trash this morning because I forgot to take out the kitchen trash, and so she was telling me that I need to start doing my chores.
Huh? I've been there before.
And so then I felt bad. So then, because in the morning I feel so rushed because I'm getting ready and I'm trying to get all my shit together, and I totally forgot. And then I remembered when I was sitting doing science and I felt bad. And then she texted me this really long paragraph about how all I need to do is just do what I'm supposed to and help her out, and it made me feel kind of shitty. But yeah, so that's just basically how I kind of felt and feel about the whole situation, if you would. But I mean, I don't know.
We should come back together then.
I mean,
Like if all this was just a misunderstanding, then we can just go back to the ways it was before.
like if that's what you want to do, it's because like I don't want to force you to do something that like you don't really want to do, and I don't want you to feel like you have to do it, like or like you're entitled to.
No, I want to do it. I'm always thinking about the old days. Those were so much fun.
They really were. And I guess we could try to pick up from here and just brush that off, and it's just a bump in the road, I guess, kind of thing, and try to not like hold anything against each other. And I think better communication in the future would probably help a lot to make sure that like nobody tries to stop what we created. And I feel like maybe that's what Seth tried to do, is he was mad that he wasn't like, if he felt like he wasn't a part of that creation, and then he felt like what we created he wanted to like tear apart since he didn't. And same thing, maybe he was mad that his YouTube channel never blasted off, and like we give him crap about it, joking around about the name Those Bros That Game, and we'd make fun of him. Like maybe that made him upset, and then he never gained any subscribers, and then he quit and never tried YouTube again. Maybe that's why. Maybe we made him feel bad, I don't know. But I thought by now and by then he would have realized that we were just joking. Just like when we'd call me Tim Shitty, like when I made Tim Shitty as a name for myself, a nickname, and people would be like, hey Shitty, or Lord Shitty, or whatever. Like, it was all joking. Maybe he just didn't realize that. I don't know. Maybe he took it too personal. But I just want to be able to try and have what we used to have towards all that stuff. Our friendship, YouTube, creating stuff together, and, because, it's not enjoyable doing stuff with someone you don't like. Like, that's why I didn't play sports, just because I didn't want to play sports with a team Yeah, but like literally, honestly, a group of assholes. Because sure, you can like the sport, but if you don't like the people, you're not gonna have fun doing it. Just like I like filming. But if I don't like who I'm filming with, which is no one at this point in time, then I don't fully enjoy what I could do. And I just think it'd be really cool.
Well, let's just both agree to let them leave this behind us.
I'm cool with that. It's just what would we do about Seth? Are we just gonna like? I mean, I've tried to call him, but
What's the way Sif is right now, I feel like we should just forget about him. I feel like we'll never truly move forward if we just keep looking back at him.
I guess so. That'd be difficult, just like Kenny or whatever. I mean, that took me a little while because it felt like we were kind of like our own little, I always say group, but it was really like a little family with everything we did together every day. It's just,
Well, at least Kenny didn't start any drama.
well, I know Kenny went out loyal and he was like, thank you, for everything. And when he moved, he even said, even when he left, he was like, yeah, you guys can chill in my basement till like Sandalwood tells you to leave. Like he was just straight up like completely there, and he left all his shit there, like some of his stuff there, just in case we wanted any of it. And I mean, he was a good actor too, and he was a good friend. Even he'd ride his bike all the way to my house, and just to see if I could hang out because he didn't have a phone back then. And Seth won't even come out his damn door to help us film sometimes. But I mean, we just gotta try, I guess, to look towards something better than what we had before and try to look for new opportunity rather than think of the old opportunities. Because, like I said, like on my video, focus on what you can control, I felt like I was holding myself back. And once I made that video, I felt so good on the inside. Like I was finally like, okay, it felt good to get that out, it felt good to say that. And I felt like it was a new opportunity for me. And I was trying to look at it in that way, but then I kept thinking about, you're still here and we're not filming stuff together, and that's not normally like us. And that's why I feel like now is the final thing that I need to be able to get back on track with what we were doing and make it better than what it could be as of what I have now. I mean, that's just how I feel about everything, is we could come back and make some dope videos.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So I should probably, I guess I'll just, I can text you later if you want me to, because I guess I'll just let you go so you can do your homework, and then I gotta do a little bit of mine for speech class, because I've been taking speech and everything, and, so I can just text you probably like 30 minutes from now and just kind of see what's up, and maybe we could plan on like hanging out and then filming a video, or filming a video and hanging out, just, whatever. Doesn't matter to me, I just want to kind of hang out, to be honest.
Alright.
Alright, well, I guess I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Alright.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.